This video is simplifying algebraic fractions. We will simplify more simpler ones in this video. So what you need, two things you've got to remember really, is factorising, how to factorise for this. So factorising 2x plus 8, understanding the common factor is 2. Inside the bracket we'll have x plus 4. Okay, and then on this side here, common factor 3x. Okay, so letters can be a factor as well. And then inside the brackets, you would have x plus 8. Okay, so that's something you've got to remember. Now, the steps, these apply just for more simple ones and more complicated or difficult algebraic fractions. So it's something to take note of. And it's they work different, so it's about factorising the numerators and denominators where possible, or looking for common factors, then cancelling these common factors out. So I'm going to look at it with this example. So I've got 16mn divided by 18n. Now, if we look at the numbers first, keep the focus there. What goes into both of those, quite nice, it is 2, that is the highest common factor with numbers, so we divide 16 by 2, that gives us 8. We could do the same with 18, divide that by 2 to get 9. And then you may remember from previously dividing algebra, dividing terms, but what you do here, we're dividing mn by n, that means you just cancel the n's out. So what you're left with is 8m over n. Okay, so that is the basis of it. So let's move it a little bit more up, so to another level. So if we look at this here, now I did say about factorising the numerators and denominators if possible. So here we can factorise the numerator. So you can see there we've got a common factor of 5. So I'm going to bring 5 out. And inside the brackets, I have 7x squared plus 4. And then my denominator is just going to be 5. Now, at this point, we can just cancel out the common factors because it is 5 common on both of them. So cancel that. And that means we're left with just 1 on the bottom. Got to remember that. And our answer is going to be 7x squared plus 4. All right. So we look at one more like that. So I've got 10c plus 25. Now with these, we can, once again, we go factorise numerator and denominator if possible. I can factorise the numerator quite nicely. So it becomes 5 on the outside. That's a common number between both of them. Inside my bracket, I'll have 2c, because 5 times 2c is 10c, and then instead of this we're going to put 5 because 5 times 5 is 25. Now denominator, we can actually do something with that because 15 or 5 goes into 15, so we could divide that by 5 to make it 3. That means this 5 cancels out, and that gives us a final answer of 2c plus 5 all over 3. Right, so that's my examples. Now I've got 3 for you to have a go. So press pause, give them a go, and then I'll go over the answer. Right, let me start with this first one. I'll go over that for you. So we got 8x to the power of 4 over 2x squared. So this is a nice one. We've got the numbers there. We know 2 and 8 could both be divided by 2, becomes 4 and 1. And then we've got this, well, x to the 4, x to the 2. That actually, if you might remember back, doing dividing algebra like this, or indices work, that just becomes x squared. So that means we got our coefficient at the front, which will be 4, x squared. Okay, if we look at second one here, so this one we can factorize the numerator. So common factor actually is just x. So it's good to understand that. We've got x, and then inside the brackets, you'll have 3x plus 5, and then the denominator will be x. So cancelling, just the x's cancel there, and you get an answer of 3x plus 5. And then final one there. Now I said it's looking for common factors really, that's a key thing. So what you might be able to see here, they all could be divided by 3. So if we do that, 3 divided by 3 is 1, 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. And then if we look at the c's, so like I said back over here, you know, well, that's subtracting the powers, so we're dividing by c. That becomes 5, that becomes 3, and that disappears. So you're left with c to the power of 5 minus 5c to the power of 3, or cubed, all over 2.